What is it about British comedy and stupidity? Is it because we sympathise with fools, or do we like to feel superior? Whatever it is, Blackadder turns stupidity into art.
Right, Maury. Let's try again, shall we? This is called adding. If I have 2 beans, and then I add 2 more beans, what do I have?
Some beans.
Yes and no.
The very, very, very stupid character is a sitcom tradition. It's a lovely thing to have total idiocy.
Edmund!
The series needed brilliant fools. Even Baldrick could not meet the demand. For 2 series, another complete idiot was played by Tim McInerney. He was Lord Percy, the toff without a brain.
Percy's a wonderful character because he really is, in a sort of English tradition, a holy fool.
Patty cake, bakers, man. Aha, you're it. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, all down.
For Tim to play Percy, he's so sophisticated, he's so clever. He's a brilliant actor. And to lose that sophistication and play such a thickhead who is an offshoot of Goofy.
He's a different sort of fool to Baldrick. I mean, Baldrick actually has some sort of canniness there.
Do not despair, for I have some small savings, carefully harvested from my weekly allowance, set aside against my frail old age. By lucky hap, 'tis just over 1,000, methinks, and has for years been hidden beyond the wit of any thief, in an old sock under the squeaky floorboard behind the kitchen dresser.
I loved Percy because he was extraordinarily loyal. I mean, to the point of it being dangerous to his health. What Percy reminded me of most was Andrew Aguicheek in Twelfth Night. It's a very similar character who's mocked and derided by Toby Belch, but is immensely loyal to him throughout.
Who could you have got to have performed such deeds? To have gone lower that man has ever gone? To have plunged the depths of degradation just in order to save your filthy life?
Your Grace, Lord Percy, heir to the Duchy of Northumberland.
The Blackadder team may have been awfully clever and highly educated, but they couldn't resist a bit of slapstick. It's not the sort of humour I'm comfortable with.
You know what would cheer you up? And that's a Charlie Chaplin film. Oh, I love old chappers. Don't you, Cap?
Unfortunately, no, I don't. I find this film's about as funny as getting an arrow through the neck and then discovering there's a gas bill tied to it.
It's harder to get through the process on television. You've got to be quite sure of your ground and know who the characters are. Know that the show's going well enough to have nothing else but people falling over or hitting each other.
The Duke must believe from the very start that I am you.
Well, any ideas?
There's no alternative, sir. We must swap clothes.
The farce wasn't enough. There had to be something more.
I remember arriving to do the slapstick stuff with some trepidation.
Oh, budge up.
How dare you sit, sir, in the presence of your betters? Get up!
Oh, Christ, yes, I forgot.
You speak when you're spoken to! Unless you'd rather be flayed across a gun carriage? Well...
Because I'd done things with Stephen before where he's had to act punching me, and he's acting, well, how can I put it? He's punched me.
Why, I hardly touched the man!
A soft hit would be like this. Whereas you hit him like this.
The thing I remember most about it was the opportunity to hit Hugh on many occasions, which, of course, is a testament to the splendour of Hugh, because it's a great skill in stage and screen hitting. Is not the punching, but the being punched.
Nonsense! That would have been a hard hit! I just hit him like that!
There were scenes where you want to judge your distance quite carefully and be looking at the marks on the floor, thinking, well, he's got quite a lot of reach. If I just dip forward here, I could catch one in the chops.
Your tea, sir.
You're late! Where have you been for, in India?
Salon?
China?
I've already given the writers plenty of credit, but we all know who makes Blackadder. Without Rowan Atkinson, would we be celebrating the programme? Certainly not. And so that's another reason. The quality of the star. He's quite simply a comic genius.
He had threatened to be very big in something. He was obviously a huge talent. The question was, where would he find the star vehicle?
The ultimate truth about Blackadder, which must never be forgotten, is Rowan Atkinson. Essentially, all you have to do is go in and say, it's a sitcom for Rowan Atkinson and Rowan wants to do it. That's the only thing you need to do to pitch it.
Leave your lands to the crown, and once you're dead, you will have the time of your life.
Adultery, pillage, through all eternity. Yep.
Rowan has this unique gift
Babcock.
Of being able to wring
Bland.
every single nuance
Plectrum.
out of every syllable
Hemoglobin.
of every single word.
Nibble.
The over-articulation becomes funny in itself.
Sob.
Some of the best lines in Blackadder are not funny lines, except that you know Rowan's going to say them.
Well, Bob, welcome on board.
B-O-B. It is an absolute joy to hear how much you can get from those three letters.
I want to marry you, Bob.
Bob.
Bob. Bob. But the O, I think I've known other people who can do better O's.
Wobble bottom.
But his B's, unbeatable.
Good night, Bob.
Good night, my lord.
Oh, God.
And it's all about the fact that he's got a stutter.
We're saved.
Saved!
The Pharaoh is alive and we're saved.
Hooray!
That's how he learnt to overcome his stutter.
What is your name?
Wibble.
And it's become this great comic gift.
What is 2 plus 2?
Oh, wibble, wibble.
I do think that Rowan is one of the great British clowns of the last 100 years.
Where do you live?
London? Hey, a small village on Mars, just outside the capital city. Wibble.
We've reached reason number 17. Blackadder is big enough to accommodate the biggest egos. And I'm thinking of Rick Mayall as Lord Flashart.
Knuckle Fritz!
In the flesh, he is Rick, you know, and when he's performing, he's Rick!
It's me!
Rick decided not to watch how everybody was working and then take on the tenor of that work. He decided to make everybody work the way he was working.
Rick becoming Flashart was one of the great moments of comedy history.
Flash by name, Flash by nature.
He completely rewrote his own part, so it had tons of jokes in it that Ben and Richard weren't expecting, which made them very cross.
Where have you been?
Where haven't I been?
He would nod sagely, you know, as I said, perhaps you should do it this way, perhaps you should do it that way. Yeah, fine. Do it perfectly.
Who is that?
I don't know, but he's in your place.
Not for long!
But the instant he got in front of those cameras, he went berserk.
Thanks, bridesmaid, like the beard. Gives me something to hang on to.
When Rick gets in front of the camera, you just kind of keep out the way, basically.
So my old mate Eddie's getting hitched, eh? What's the matter? Can't stand the pace of the inbred?
I wouldn't like to be at the Harrods sale with Rick, I must say.
I've got such a crush on him.
And Melchi!
You can never accuse Rick of underdoing his performances, can you? He certainly came in with a bang.
Am I pleased to see you, or did I just put a canoe in my pocket? Down, boy, down!
Rick comes out, and instead of it being what we expected, it was Johnny Depp times 15. He'd got this ridiculous long blonde ringlety wig with seashells in it.
Part of Rick's whole strategy is to ensure that he gets the best snog.
Where's this amazing bird? The one who stopped my old pal Eddie doing exactly whatever he wants. 10 times a night.
Ah, yes, Flash, let me introduce
So Gabby Glaister was obviously a very clear target.
Hi, baby.
But quite honestly, if you'd put a dog's bottom in a dress, Rick would have snogged it.
Rowan had to find his way around Rick's style of acting, which I thought was very amusing. It's always fun to watch other people react to other actors.
She's got a tongue like an electric eel and she likes the taste of a man's tonsils. You don't want to marry this jerk, baby. Meet me on my horse in 8 seconds.
A bit sad, really, because I think Blackadder and Kate would have made rather a nice couple.
Bye, Edmund, and thanks for everything!
It is customary on these occasions for the groom to marry the bridesmaid. I presume you intend to honour this?
Oh, I do?